Since 1956, your local hometown station and the home of the Breads and Fillies. WCYN, 1400 AM and 101.3 FM.
You're tuning in to the live coverage of Harrison County basketball. Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Harrison Memorial Hospital, Southern States, Edward Jones Investments, Bluegrass Stockyards, Ag Credit Mid-America, Van Hook Hardware, Poindexter Lumber Company, Angelo's Pizza, Hardee's of Cynthiana, First Methodist Church, State Farm Insurance Agent Joe Cochran, Snappy Tomato Pizza, El Paricatin Mexican Restaurant, Weber Farms, Maysville Community and Technical College, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Chad Eversole, and Judy Construction. And now for all the play-by-play action, here's your host, Ed Lewis.
Well, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to the Hilltop as we get ready for another exciting high school basketball game as the Harrison County Fillies on a 4-game winning streak, coming with a record of 4-1 on the young year, taking on the Beechwood Tigers. The Tigers, after a loss last night, coming with a record of 1-2 on the year. As we get ready to get the matchup underway, earlier tonight, the JV Ball Club came away with a big win as they won over the Beechwood JV team 35-29. So a nice win for the junior varsity as the Fillies look to try to sweep the Tigers here this afternoon. We are glad you're along with us. Our pregame being brought to you by your Cynthiana Hardee's. Your Cynthiana Hardee's, of course, home of the best burgers in town. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, US 27 South of Cynthiana. And breakfast until noon every day at your Cynthiana Hardee's. Bringing us our pregame report. Well, as we inch our way a little bit closer to getting tonight's matchup underway, is take a look at a little bit of the history. This since 2016, this will be the fourth time that these two programs have squared off. Beechwood winning the first one back in 2016 on December the 12th, knocking off Harrison County 62-50. But the previous two matchups, going back to 2021, that season, January, Harrison County defeated Beechwood 44-38. And then the following December, the next season, they played December the 20th. Saw Harrison County win that one 50-40. So the Fillies with a 2-1 record as far as the school's history. Well, as we mentioned, of course, the Fillies with a big win last night here at the Hilltop as they had a good night against Bluegrass United, picking up their fourth win in a row by a final of 53-27, led, of course, in scoring by senior Bailey Hudgens. Bailey last night with 15, but she was only one of three players making their way in double figures. Keely Custer, the junior, had 13 last night, and Jersey Baker, the eighth grader, with 12 points last night, all, as I mentioned, triple digits to help with that 53 points as they defeated Bluegrass United 53-27. Also last night, the Harrison County Thoroughbreds on the road up at Lexington Christian Academy knocked off the Eagles by an 8-point win last night to win their first win in the Andrew Case era. So congratulations to the Breds. They're back in action this afternoon at the same time as they are on the radio side of things, as they are squaring off against the Trinity Christian Academy. And so against the Titans. And so hopefully they'll be able to pick up their second win in a row. So a busy weekend for both the Harrison County Thoroughbreds and the Harrison County Fillies. Both clubs in action next week. We'll talk more about that in just a matter of moments. So we inch our way closer. Harrison County and Beechwood live from the Hilltop. Harrison County Fillies basketball. And we're going to take a quick time out here on WCYN.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Well, as we inch our way a little bit closer, a little over 4 minutes away from tonight's lineups and national anthem here at the Hilltop, it's Harrison County and Beechwood about ready to tangle. As we mentioned, Harrison County Phillies with a very busy December still, with only a couple of weeks left here in the month. But after today, they make their way to Gatlinburg, Tennessee, as a part of the Smoky Mountain Christmas Classic. And they'll be interesting. Of course, that will get underway on Thursday. They'll play Thursday, Friday, and Saturday down in Gatlinburg. And as we mentioned, they'll get things underway at 4 o'clock on Thursday against Hartford Hall, Tennessee. Hartford Hall, Tennessee. As we mentioned, they'll get the things going at 4 o'clock Thursday. Then on Friday of this coming week, they will be playing at 11:30, either in the winner side or the loser side. Both games will be at 11:30, so we'll have that, of course, on the radio side of things on Friday morning. And then following that, depending on what happens and so on in the brackets, more than likely they'll be either at the 10 o'clock on Saturday or at 11:30 on next Saturday, the 21st. So that is the way that the Phillies look over the next week or so as they get ready to head in towards the Christmas break. Then following that, they make their way back and head over to Louisville as a part of the Bala Memorial Tournament as they play in the Kelly Tournament. We'll have, of course, some of that action as well on WCYN Radio. But that is kind of what the Phillies look like over the next week or so. As far as the Braves go, we take a look at theirs. After today, they are back in action on Thursday as well. But it'll be in a different kind of tournament as they'll be opening up this year's 2A tournament in the first round, making the trip down to Harrodsburg to take on Mercer County. And that'll be on Thursday night as well. And then on a Friday night, they'll return here to the Hilltop. They have a date with Grant County. We'll have, of course, that back here. That'll be our next YouTube game. Will be next Friday night when Grant County comes calling. And then the Christmas break, and then the 27th, they'll be back here with Holmes. The 30th, they make the trip up 36 to take on Williamstown. And that is the way the rest of the December schedule looks for the Harrison County Thoroughbreds. Well, as we continue, as far as this Beechwood Ball Club, as we mentioned, they come up with a record of 1-2 on the young year. They started the season back on December the 5th, playing host to Bishop Brossard. Defeated Brossard pretty handily, 65-32. Did knock off Carroll County on December the 10th. That was over at Carroll. And then last night, they were back at home against Connor, falling to a 9th region opponent, 37-26. So that's a little how they've looked, as mentioned, for their 1-2 record. They've got a busy time coming as well. Next week, they've got Augusta and Williamstown. And then they're part of the Villa Madonna Academy. Will be over there on the 23rd. So busy time around the high school ranks as well. Tell you what we're going to do right now. We're going to have our opening prayer being brought to you by Pastor Ted Beam of the First Methodist Church.
Let's pray, please. Our Father in heaven, we thank you for your incredible love and grace to us. We thank you for these teams that have gathered wanting to play and have fun in the great competition. So we're asking you to move in a wonderful way. You help each of the teams to do well, to do even better than they all hope for. We ask you to help them learn even better tonight about the sportsmanship, about fair play, about those lessons that they can take throughout their lives. We ask you to protect them all from any injuries. We ask you to be with the parents and the fans, that it will be a wonderful time tonight. Lift both schools to you, both teams, the coaches, the officials. Will you hold them all, please, in the palm of your hand. In Jesus' name, amen. I'm Ted Beam, pastor of First Methodist Church in Cynthiana at the corner of Pike Street and Church Street. And we hope you come worship with us this coming Sunday at 11 a.m.
Thank you, Pastor Beam, as he has our opening prayer. But we'll tell you they're doing their children's musical this coming Sunday as well. Well, right now we're about ready to head down to the floor to our Assistant Athletic Director, Scott Fields, for tonight's starting lineups, as well as our national anthem, our colored guard, being brought to you by the Junior Air Force ROTC of Harrison County. So we'll wrap up the Cynthiana Hardy's pregame report. Check out for your breakfast, lunch, or dinner, US 27 South of Cynthiana, your Cynthiana Hardy's. Let's now head to the floor.
The guards are Cadet Airman Jordan Wanta and Cadet Master Sergeant Sophie Simpson. Carrying the Kentucky flag is Cadet First Lieutenant Isabella Galasso, and carrying the American flag is Cadet Master Sergeant Destiny Bell. And now for your starting lineups. First for the visiting team, the Beechwood Tigers. Number 4, Charlie Carro. Number 11, Hayden Ritter. Number 21, Edie Hildebrandt. Number 22, Lola Sullivan. And number 31, Amy Kelly. Head coach for Beechwood, Miss Celeste Brown. And now, for the 2024-2025 Harrison County Fillies. Number 1, Jersey Baker. Number 12, Hayden Luxford. Number 21, Keely Custer. Number 23, Bailey Legend. And number 30, Lauren Hicks. Head coach of the Fillies, Mr. Bill Watson, is assisted by Casey Watson, Ken Marshall, and Evan Darnell.
There are your starting lineups. The national anthem is just now a matter of throwing the ball up in the air and let the games begin. Once again, Beechwood Tigers under head coach Celeste Brockett with a record of 1-2 on the year. We'll have Charlie Conroy. She is a senior. Wears the number 4. Number 11 is sophomore Hayden Ritter. Ritter will also get a start this evening. Eva Heinebredt, a freshman, wears the number 21. Lola Sullivan, number 22. She's a sophomore. She'll get a start tonight as well. And the final member of that group will be Emma Kelly. Kelly, a freshman, wears the number 31. That is the way the Tigers will look on the floor. For Harrison County, they will be led on the floor by 8th grader Jersey Baker. She'll wear the number 1. Also out front will be number 12, a senior Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford getting a start tonight. Also at guard, a junior, 21, Keely Custer. Keely Custer, she is joined by inside player junior Lauren Hicks at number 30, and then Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens wears a number 23 as she is a senior. Baker about ready to jump for Harrison County. She's against Conroy. Ball up in the air, and this one's underway. Lauren Hicks will come out with it. She'll immediately get it to Keely Custer, and here comes Harrison County. The Fillies looking to go over to the left side. Hayden Lunsford back out front to Lauren Hicks. Hicks a couple of dribbles. Will hand off to Hudgens. Bailey tries to go down the lane. Is immediately picked up by the Tiger defense. Tries to go in. A little stutter step, and we got our first whistle of the afternoon. And this is against 21 for the Tigers, which is Heinebredt. That'll be Heinebredt's first. Harrison County will take it out into their own basket. Into Hicks. Back out front on the right wing to Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens looking to move. She goes back inside, then loses a handle on it. Baker comes up with it, kisses it up off the glass. No good. Ball knocked around, and just like that, an offensive foul against Lauren Hicks and the Harrison County Fillies. Her first of the ball game. First against anybody for Harrison County, and Ritter will look to get it in. Hayden Ritter looking for some trouble. Harrison County going man-to-man, full court here. Gets it back to Ritter. Ritter looking to bring it down. She'll push it on down the floor to Conroy. Conroy now at the top of the key. Couple of more dribbles. Looking over and will quickly hand off to Sullivan. Sullivan continues to pass it off. This time to Kelly. Kelly out on the right wing. Back to Sullivan. Over to Kelly out on the right corner. Looking inside to Ritter. Ritter a couple of dribbles. Hicks sees her go around her, and Ritter will put it up and in for the. Actually, it's Conroy. Conroy's first basket of the ball game, 2-0 at the 7:05 mark. Barely underway here in the first quarter. Continuing to try to move. Baker will bring it down, gives it to Hudgens. Bailey tries to come up with it, and as she does, Kelly will knock it out of her hands, and out of bounds it'll go in front of the Beechwood bench. Well, you hungry? Snappy Tomato Pizza's there to feed you. Get that Beast Pizza for any parties, or if you're just hungry, 235-7627. That's 235-SNAP. Long three-pointer put up from the right side by Hudgens. No good. Out with the rebound as Harrison County Hicks. Hicks kicks it back to Hudgens. She'll go down the lane, kisses up off the glass, and we're tied at 2-all. 2-2 our score, 6:38 here in the first quarter. Bailey leading score for Harrison County. Ball tries to get it back into play that time. Conroy trying to get it into Hildebrandt, and ball knocked out of bounds off of Harrison County. Hayden Ritter trying to get it in, and she'll go in far side in the right corner. Looking to move her folks around, continuing, and will finally get it inside, back to Ritter, and Conroy continues to move the ball. Hildenbrand brings it down. Gets it back across to Ritter. Ritter looking back inside, this time to Conroy. Conroy fights her way up, kisses it off the glass for her 4th point to make it 4-2. Phillies trailing by a couple of points here. Hudgens bringing it down, looking at the top of the key, being guarded very closely by Kelly. Hudgens will pick it up, gets it to Hayden Lunsford. Hayden out on the left side. She'll dribble her way to around center court. Gets it over to Lauren Hicks. Hicks now on the left wing. Looking back inside to Baker. Everybody lost her. Jersey goes up and puts her first basket of the ball game to make it 4-4. 5:40 here in the first quarter. Ritter tries to go down the floor, and this time tries to go to Hannibret and just overshoots her. Out of bounds it'll go in front of an empty stable. Baker will throw it in, gets it to Custer, back to Baker. Bringing the ball across, Jersey Baker. Baker gives away to Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens out front to Hicks. Lauren will hand it off, this time to Custer. Custer goes down the lane, flings it up, off the glass, no good. Ball loose, and out with the long rebound will be Emma Kelly. Kelly looking to go coast to coast, goes up and in for 2. Just like that, 6-2 or 6-4 our score. Beechwood leading by 2 at the 5:10 mark of the first quarter. Beechwood going in their half-court defense here. Hudgens will bring it across, gives way to Custer down on the right wing. Hands off to Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford dribbles to around the stripe, hands it off this time to Baker. Baker kisses it off the glass for her 4th point to tie it up at 6-6. Harrison County on a 4-game winning streak, 4-1 on the young year. Bringing the ball down the floor. This time is Ritter. Ritter will give away to Sullivan. Sullivan tried to go up with it. Hicks says, I don't think so. And out with it's Hayden Lunsford, who hands off to Jersey Baker. The 8th grader brings it across. Looking to go around Conroy, goes up with it, and as she goes to the basket, she's fouled. She'll be going to the line for a couple here. And they're going to whistle Conroy with her first. Team second. And this will put Jersey Baker at the line. Jersey with 4 points overall today on the year as she gets ready for her first one. Up and in. Baker 60% at the free throw line this year. Up and in. 6 points now for Jersey Baker, and the Phillies will go up by 2 at 8-6. 4:30 left here in the first quarter. Down the floor, it's Kelly. Kelly gives away to Ritter. Ritter in guarded, this time looking into Sullivan. Will hand the ball off, and back with it out on the left side's Kelly. Kelly slowly goes to the top of the key. Bailey Hudgens hanging with her. She goes down the lane and just loses her dribble. Out with it's Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford pulls up around the free throw stripe, up and in for 2. Her first bucket of the night. 10-6 our score. Timeout called by Beechwood. Just seen Harrison County go on a little bit of a run, a 30-second timeout, so we'll keep it right here for the moment. 10-6 our score. Almost halfway through the first quarter. Harrison County leading Beechwood. They've been there for Farmers for many, many years, since 1916, and they're there for you now. Farm Credit Mid-America. Contact Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 to learn more. Farm Credit Mid-America, along with the Kentucky Farm Bureau and Maysville Community Technical College, bringing us our game this afternoon here on the YouTube. We appreciate you spending a little bit of your day or your time along with us as well. Harris County up 10-6 over Beechwood. The Tigers out of the 9th region. They're ready to throw the ball back in. Hayden Ritter will get it back in. She'll get it into Kelly, who goes back to Ritter. Ritter bringing it down. She'll get picked up by Bailey Hudgens as she comes across. Looking inside, continues to dribble around center court, then slowly goes to her left, continues to try to move. This time she will hand off to Heinebrand. Heinebrand looks to attack, goes and loses control, puts it up, no good. Sullivan out with the rebound and tries to go up, and as she does, had 3 of the Philly jerseys around her, and she gets fouled, and that's going to be against Lauren Hicks, her second. Lola Sullivan, the sophomore, will go to the line. The first time this afternoon, the Beechwood's been at the free throw stripe. Up and bounces on in there. Harris County will go to their bench for the first time tonight, and but Lauren Hicks will have a seat with those 2 fouls. Katie Linville, a 5'8 senior, making her way in to the ball game. Kenny having a big night last night. Rolls in and back out, and Hayden Lunsford out with the rebound. The senior looks to run, gets it down the floor. Kelly will pick her up, and out front to Keely Custer. Custer looks inside to Linville. Linville being guarded very closely by Sullivan. Hands off to Custer. Custer then goes to Baker. Baker puts up a long three-pointer to not quite far enough as it hits the side of the rim. Sullivan comes down, surrounded by 3 Beechwood players, and somebody got her. And a whistle against number 22, which is Lola Sullivan. It'll be her first. Team's third, and this will put Sullivan at the line. Or Linville, rather, at the line. Katie puts it up and in. She'll have another. Beechwood goes to their bench and brings in Emma Blackburn. Blackburn, a freshman. And she makes her way in. Linville on the year, 50%. She'll miss that second one. And out with the rebound that time is Blackburn. She'll throw the ball down the floor. It gets intercepted by the 8th grader. Baker bringing the ball down in a hurry. Looks to go down the lane, and she nearly gets stripped. But the ball ends up in Bailey Hudgens' hands, and as Bailey goes down on the left side, she is fouled. And let's see who this one's on. And this one's against Kelly, and that's her first. Team's fourth. Hayden Lunsford taking it out under the Harrison County basket. Gets it back into Custer down on the left corner. She'll bring it back down, tries to go down the lane, puts it over Blackburn, up and in for 2. That'll be Keeley's first of the ball game, and Phillies now up 13-7 at the 3-minute mark. Still first quarter of play. And then Blackburn, the freshman, brings it across the timeline, gets it into the hands of Kelly out on the left wing, looking to go inside, continues to try to dribble. Going left and right, then picks up the ball and passes it right back out, this time to Conroy. Conroy back out to Blackburn, and she'll reset the offense. Goes to her right side, pulls up from the right wing for 3, not able to make it fall. Jersey Baker out with the rebound, and Jersey looking to run. She's looking at the floor, brings the ball down the lane, goes up and flings it up, and does not get it to go anywhere. And Howdenbright will come down with the rebound. Howdenbright looking to run. Eva Howdenbright, hands off. This time long three-pointer from the right wing put out by Ritter. Not able to make it fall, and Bailey Hudgens out with the rebound. Like a good neighbor, Joe Cochran and the State Farm team is there for you. For new quotes or just insurance information, give Joe and his staff a call at 859-234-3813. Joe Cochran and the State Farm, proud supporters of the Breds and the Phillies. Long three-pointer from the left side put up by Hayden Lunsford, or Bailey Hudgens, not able to make it fall. Out of bounds it'll go. Jersey Baker will have a seat. Harrison County bringing in Savannah Kennedy. Kennedy, a sophomore. Lunsford gets it into Hudgens. Back to Lunsford. Hayden down in the left corner. A couple dribbles out to Bailey Hudgens out on the left wing. Gives it up this time to Hayden Lunsford. Hayden being guarded very closely. Gets stripped that time by Heidebright. Heidebright brings it down and loses a handle on it. It'll go out in front of the Harrison County bench. So the Phillies will take over in front of their bench. 13-7, 1:43 left here in the first quarter of play. Custard bringing the ball down the floor. Looking to the left. It's picked up by Ritter, or by Conroy. Gets it up, not able to make it fall. Out with the rebound is Sullivan, and this one a whistle against Harrison County's Katie Linville. Her first, team's third. Beechwood will take it out into the Harrison County basket. Hayden Ritter will throw the ball in and then receive his back from Charlie Conroy. Ritter to Sullivan around the stripe. She'll give it inside to Conroy, who puts it up and in for 2. Her 6th point of the quarter. Yeah, 6 of the 13 of their 9 points. 13-9 her score. Keely Custer bringing the ball down the floor. Looking slowly to her right. Will give away to Linville out on the right wing. Katie looking to do something with it. Will give away this time to Lunsford. To Custer out on the left wing as we go under a minute. Custer looking to set the offense. Continues to try to go down the lane. Nearly got away with a travel there. Gets it back out to Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens gives, or to Lunsford, back to Hudgens. Bailey goes on the left side, up and rolls everywhere but in. Out with the rebound is Kelly. 40 seconds. Got the ball down in a hurry. Gets it on down the floor into Heidebright's hands, and she'll put up her first basket. So 30 seconds left. Harrison County bringing the ball down. Bailey Hudgens. Bailey coming across. Looking to the right, gives way to Linville. Katie Linville out on the right wing, being guarded by Sullivan. 18 seconds. Linville loses a handle on it. Hayden Lunsford picks it up. Goes to the left side as we hit 10 seconds. Lunsford back to Linville. Long three-pointer put up by Linville, and that's a Joe Cochran State Farm three-pointer. Her 4th point of the ball game around center court. Long shot put up by Ritter, not able to make it fall, and the first quarter's in the books. Harrison County leading 16-11 over the Beechwood Tigers. You are, of course, listening to Harrison County Fillies basketball here on WCYN.
Let's get real. It's not about doing what you're supposed to do. It's about doing what you want to do. At Maysville Community and Technical College, you'll find better, faster ways to do just that. Become a nurse in just 2 years, or get a certificate in a high-demand field in just a few months. You can even get the first 2 years of college out of the way for way less money. Visit maysville.kctcs.edu. College for the real world. College for your world.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Back at the Hilltop, we head to the second quarter. Harrison County leading Beechwood 16-11. Fillies, as we mentioned, back in action down in Gallenberg, Tennessee on Thursday. It's a part of a holiday tournament down there. Ball's put down. Beechwood taking their time going out. The official begins the count, and they will quickly get the ball back into play. Kennedy Sturgeon is checked in for the Tigers. She looks to go inside to Conroy. Conroy puts it up off the side of the backboard. Bailey Hudgens with a long rebound to Jersey Baker. Baker brings it down, goes up and in for 2. Baker, Savannah Kennedy, Hayden Lunsford, Katie Linville, and Bailey Hudgens all out there for Harrison County. Looking inside to Conroy, about 5 feet out, up, no, and out with the rebound is Linville. Linville down to Baker. Baker brings it down on the left side. Looking to go inside, getting guarded, and we got a little contact going on between a couple of players. And always be Hannenbright with her second. Hannenbright, Sullivan out there. Ritter back in, and she is joined by Emma Blackburn. Out there with Sullivan, a long shot put up, not able to make it fall with Hannenbright. And Kelly. Ritter picks up the foul in the play. It's her first. Puts Savannah at the line, her first trip there tonight. Up and off to the side of the rim, not able to make it fall. On the year, 16% at the free throw stripe. That's not good. Sure has not been there very often, though. Second one gets ready to go up. We got a lane violation against Harrison County, so it doesn't fall anyway, and so Beechwood will take it out. Harrison County back in their half-court defense now. 18-11 our score. 7:18 left to play here in the first half. Sturgeon brings it down. Gets it back across this time to Blackburn. Blackburn being guarded very closely by Kennedy. Looking to go inside. And give it away to Sullivan. Sullivan with a long three-pointer, not able to make it fall. And Bailey Hudgens out with the rebound. Bailey wanted to run, bring the ball down on the left side. Down in the left corner, out of bounds it'll go. As it's knocked out by Emma Kelly. So Harrison County will take it out into their own basket at the 6:55 mark. For over 70 years, Weber Sausage has delivered best Kentucky flavor for your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite. Taste you can trust. Find them at your favorite meat department, Weber Sausage. Harrison County with the back into play. Hutchins goes up with it, and as she does, got another foul against the Tigers. And this one is against Sullivan. That's her second. Be Bailey's first trip to the line. She has 2 points on the night. Hudgens goes up and in. Conroy rather, coming back in for Beechwood. Bailey on the year, 61% at the line. Up and in. Harris County with a 20-11 lead at the 6:45 mark. Kennedy Sturgeon bringing the ball across the timeline, picked up by Savannah Kennedy. Sturgeon, a 7th grader. Continuing to try to move. She will give away to Blackburn. Blackburn goes up, tries to get it to fall. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Beechwood. Harrison County will take the ball out. 20-11. Harrison County bringing in Keeley Custard. Custard in for Hayden Lunsford. So Custard, Hudgens, Linville, Baker, and Kennedy out there right now for Harrison. Bailey Hudgens bringing the ball down the floor. Comes in the leading scorer for Harrison County. The senior looking over to the left side. Continues to try to drive it in and just goes around everybody and loses a handle on it. Out of bounds, it'll go off of Harrison County. Ball back to Beechwood. Ball put back into play. That's Kelly. Kelly brings it across the timeline, looking to go inside. Custer gets her to tie up and quickly gets it back out to Conroy. Conroy trying to reset the offense. One side, inside, continuing to move the ball around. Kelly looks to go baseline, but is called for the travel, and so the turnover will put the ball back in Harrison County's hands. El Perikington, the daily lunch specials. They're always popular, buffet or calling your name. Good stuff. Baker goes down, puts it up, not able to make it fall. Plan a visit soon to the Harrison Square Shopping Center and enjoy a meal at El Perikington. I'm going to mispronounce that. Good stuff out there. Continuing to put the ball back into play. Bringing it down. Getting into the hands of Ritter. Ritter tries to go underneath, and we got a foul against Harrison County. That will be against Savannah Kennedy, her first. Team's 4th. Taking the ball out under the Tiger baskets, Emma Blackburn, a freshman trying to get it back into play. Blackburn looking. Will finally get it inside. Long three-pointer put up by Blackburn. Can't get it to fall. They'll go across court, and then the three-point from the other side by Sturgeon. She cannot get it to fall through, and Jersey Baker comes out, and then Baker gets stripped by Hayden Ritter. And as Ritter tries to go down, we got bodies hitting the floor. And Jersey Baker gets whistled for a foul. Team's 5th. Hayden Lunsford comes in for Jersey Baker. 5:20 left to play in the first half. Stay with us. We'll have the State Farm halftime report. And, of course, following the game, we'll have the Joe Cochran, or the Joe Cochran halftime report, the Judy Construction player of the game during the postgame. Well, ball gets thrown in, but as it comes in, Beechwood takes a step over the half-court line as she loses her balance, and with an over and back call, we'll put the ball back into Harrison County's hands. Lunsford throws it into the backcourt to Keeley Custer. Custer brings the ball across the half-court line, gives to Katie Linville. Linville looking inside. That's where she'll find Kennedy goes up, not able to put it in, gets her own rebound, puts it back up, no good. And we got bodies all over the place, but Charlie Conroy is going to win the battle. She comes out with the rebound. We'll quickly go to Blackburn. Blackburn going down on the left side, gives way to Kelly. Kelly looking to her right, then goes inside, being guarded by Bailey Hudgens, puts it up, and she puts it up. She's fouled by Bailey. That'll be Bailey Hudgens first. Team 6. Timeout on the floor called by the Harrison County Fillies. The first timeout they have called this afternoon. 30 seconds, so we'll keep it right here as the Fillies are leading the way here in the first half, 20-11 over Beechwood. 4:54 left to play, and it's half in the first half of play. Well, your Cynthiana Hardee's want you to visit them for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. US 27 South, the Cynthiana. Best burgers in town. A lot of good breakfast, as we mentioned. Serves it to noon at your Cynthiana Hardee's. Also, all home games right here on WCYN on our YouTube page. Being proudly brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau, Maysville Community Technical College, Farm Credit Mid-America. Visit youtube.com, WCYN Sports, for all the Harrison County Braves and Phillies home games. Beechwood looks to throw the ball back into play. I thought it was a shooting foul, but apparently not. Emma Blackburn looking to get it in. Gets it back in. They'll return it to Blackburn. Blackburn gets it on to Kelly. Kelly goes down the lane, up and not able to make it fall. Kennedy out with the rebound. Gives way to Hudgens. Bailey looks right, then left. Goes to the top of the key. Continues to dribble over to the right side. She will find Keely Custer. Custer goes down the lane. Gives it away to Linville, who puts up about a 10-foot shot. Not able to make it fall. And out with the rebound that time is Ritter. Ritter will hold the ball, looking to do something. Continues to try to move. Gives it to Emma Blackburn. The freshman comes across the timeline, being guarded by the junior Custard. Over on the right side to Conroy. Conroy back to Ritter. Ritter down in the right corner. Looking to go back out front. Couple of more dribbles. Continue to move it around the three-point arc. Sturgeon gives way to Blackburn. Blackburn over to Conroy. Long three-pointer from the right corner. She cannot make it fall. Ball loose, and out with the long rebound is Bailey Hudgens. Bailey looking to run. Goes down the lane. Goes off the glass. Up and in for two. Nice play that time by Bailey Hudgens. Her 6th point of the day, 22-11, as Harrison County doubles up Beechwood. 3:53 left to play in the first half. Bringing the ball down the floor is Emma Blackburn. Blackburn looking to go to the right side. Gives way this time to Sturgeon. Sturgeon back out front to Ritter. Ritter to Conroy. Conroy goes down the lane. Kennedy blocks the ball from behind. It goes out of bounds off of Harrison County. Beechwood will maintain possession, but a nice play by the sophomore. Jersey Baker in for Katie Linville for Harrison County. Kelly has a seat as Heidenbright comes back in for Beechwood. Back out front to Blackburn. Gets it to Conroy. Conroy about 10 feet out, down the lane, pulls up. Cannot get it to fall through, and Jersey Baker comes out with the rebound. Jersey looking to run. Beechwood still looking for their first point of the quarter. As we hit the 3:25 mark, looking inside to Keely Custer. Custer puts it off the glass up and over her defender for two. Nice play by Keely. 24-11. Bringing the ball down. This is Blackburn. Blackburn being guarded by Keely Custer. Blackburn looking to go to her right. Goes inside, then gives way, this time to Heidenbright. Heidenbright puts it up. She cannot get it to fall, and Baker out with the rebound. 8th grader surveying the floor. Gets it down in a hurry to Bailey Hudgens, the senior, looking to go to the right side. Back out. It goes off of Baker's face. It was loose, and out with it is Conroy. Conroy down the floor to Heidenbright. As Heidenbright goes up, Custer does a great job of coming down the floor and taking the ball away from her, but she was too close to out of bounds. It'll go out, and it will be Beechwood's ball. Hudgens will come out as Lunsford back in. Lunsford, Custer, Baker, along with Naomi Farrell-Law, the freshman, now in the ballgame for the first time this afternoon. Back to Conroy. Ball gets stripped by Custer, and she'll give way to Kennedy. Back to Custer, and here comes Harrison County. Fillies looking to go right, bringing the ball down the lane. Custer puts up a wild-looking shot. It bounces on in there. It's a circus shot, 26-11. Harrison County with the lead. Beechwood looking for their first point here in the second quarter. Fillies pitching a shutout. Bringing the ball down the floor. Sturgeon to Conroy. Conroy into Ritter. Ritter goes around to Kennedy, and she has her second block of the ball game. Beechwood comes back out with a long three-pointer put up that time on the right side by Blackburn, but not able to make it fall. Fillies out with the rebound. Baker brings the ball down over on the left side to Custer. Long three-pointer put up, side of the rim, not able to make it fall, and Ritter out with the rebound, and we got yet another whistle. This one against Jersey Baker, and that's her second. Comes the second Philly with two. Lauren Hicks, who set a lot of this first half, has two as well. Beechwood slowly bringing the ball down. Sturgeon bringing it across. Comes across the timeline as she tries to set up her offense. Kennedy coming out to meet her. Looking down the right side, goes up, and she goes up. Had about 3 white jerseys around her, and somebody got her and got her pretty hard. And 30-second timeout call by Harrison County. I'm assuming that was against Farrell Law because I thought he said 4, and we don't have a 4 on the floor. So she's 24, so we'll give it to her. 26-11 our score, 1:27 left to play, and with a 30-second timeout, we'll keep it right here. Harrison County leading the way. As we said, Beechwood has not scored here in the second quarter. So all 11 points coming in that first quarter. Stay tuned, halftime, just a shy under 90 seconds away. We'll have the Joe Cochran State Farm halftime report. We'll take a look at the numbers, take a look ahead at what the schedule looks like over the next week or so for the Fillies, and as well as for Beechwood. Maybe even try to get a scoring update from the boys, as they're at Trinity Christian Academy this afternoon. Emma Kelly will come back in for Beechwood. Harrison County will counter with Bailey Hudgens. Bailey back in. Beechwood at the line. First one up and bounces everywhere but in for Blackburn. She'll have another. Beechwood 1 for 3 now at the free throw stripe as a team this afternoon. Up and in. First point of the quarter comes at the 1:27 mark for Beechwood. Ball thrown into Custard. Keeley will hand off to Hudgens. Bailey bringing the ball down the floor. Comes across the timeline. Looking to the left. She'll give away to Hayden Lunsford. Back out to Bailey Hudgens. Bailey back over to Lunsford out on the left wing. Looking inside to Farrell Law. Gets it back out front. Long three-pointer from the left side by Hayden Lunsford. She cannot get it to fall through. Blackburn out with the rebound as we hit the 1-minute mark. Ball knocked out of bounds by Harrison County's defense. Beechwood will take it out into their own basket. 26-12 our score. 1 minute exactly left in the first half. Blackburn trying to get it in to the Tigers. She'll throw it out front. That's where she will find Hildebrandt. Hildebrandt to Ritter. Across back to Blackburn. Long three-pointer. Not able to make it fall in. And out with the rebounds, Bailey Hudgens. Bailey wanting to run down the right side. Gives way to Farrell Law. Goes up and cannot get it to fall. Gets her own rebound. Back up. And as she goes up, she is fouled. And that one against Blackburn. That's her first. 18th foul of the half. Farrell Law will go to the line looking for her first point of the day. And she'll get just that. Nice job. On the year, that's her first free throw made. Second one in as well. So 2 points. Harrison County 7 for 9 at the stripe at the half. As we quickly make our way to 35 seconds. Ritter being guarded very closely and this time fouled by Reese Heimlich. Heimlich, a junior, making her way into the ball game. Puts Ritter at the line. Her first trip there tonight. Up and in. She'll have another. Farrell Law, Custard, Heimlich, Bailey Hudgens, and Hayden Lunsford out there for Harrison County. Ritter puts it up and in. 28-14. Phillies double them back up as we hit 30 seconds. Keely Custer brings it across the timeline. Being guarded very closely by Emma Kelly. Gives way to Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford will bring it back out. Looks to get double teamed inside to Bailey Hudgens. Bailey gives way. About 18 feet out. Shot put up, not able to make it fall by Heimlich. Ball volleyed around, and Ritter is going to come out with it as we hit 5 seconds. On the left side, Blackburn gives way this time to Kelly. Kelly inside the three-point arc, puts it up, not able to make it fall. Ball tipped out of bounds off of Harrison County, but the horn will sound, and we will head to the locker rooms. Harrison County doubling up Beechwood by a score of 28-14. We're going to step out. When we return, we'll have our halftime report being brought to you by Joe Cochran and his State Farm team. Our score at the half, Harrison County 28, Beechwood 14. You're listening to Harrison County Phillies basketball on WCY.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Let's get real. It's not about doing what you're supposed to do. It's about doing what you want to do. At Maysville Community and Technical College, you'll find better, faster ways to do just that. Become a nurse in just 2 years, or get a certificate in a high-demand field in just a few months. You can even get the first 2 years of college out of the way for way less money. Visit maysville.kctcs.edu. College for the real world. College for your world.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
Here at the half, as we said, our halftime report this afternoon being brought to you by Joe Cochran and his State Farm team. State Farm Insurance, they're there for you. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. 859-234-3813. Joe and his staff always proud supporters of both the Breds and Fillies. Let's take a look at the individual numbers. First for Beechwood, the Tigers has come in tonight, and as we said, they are led in scoring by Charlie Conroy. Conroy with 6 points, all coming in that first quarter. She has one foul called on her this afternoon. She is then followed by a series of players. Hayden Ritter with 2 points, 2 for 2 at the count for those at the free throw stripe. 1 point for Emma Blackburn, and she is 1 for 2 at the line. Evie Heidenbrand has 2 points. Lola Sullivan 1 for 2 at the stripe to count for her 1 point. And Emma Kelly with 2 points as well. Kelly with 2. In the ball game, but not scoring for Beechwood. Actually, everybody that got in the ball game, I think, got a point. Except Kennedy Sturgeon, the 7th grader, did not. She did make her way into the ball game a little bit ago. As far as Harrison County individual scoring, they are led in scoring by Jersey Baker. Baker with 8 points, 6 of those 8 coming in the first quarter. She is 2 for 2 at the free throw stripe and has 2 fouls on her at the moment. Hayden Lunsford with a couple of points on the night. 2 points for Lunsford. Savannah Kennedy, who has a foul on her, is 0 for 1 at the free throw stripe this evening. So for Savannah. Keely Custer with 6 points. Doing a nice job with 6 points here in the first half. Bailey Hudgens with 6 points. She's 2 for 2 at the free throw stripe as well. So 6 points and 1 foul on Bailey. Katie Linville with 4 points, going 1 for 2 at the free throw line, and had a Joe Cochran State Farm 3-pointer in that first quarter as well to count for her 4 points. Naomi Farrell Law, the freshman, came off the bench, does have a foul, but is 2 for 2 at the free throw stripe to count for her 2 points as well. Getting into the ball game in the first half, but not scoring, Risa Heimlich. We mentioned Savannah Kennedy being 0 for 1 at the free throw stripe. Lauren Hicks, who set a lot of the first half with 2 fouls. She is one of 2 Phillies players with 2 or more. Jersey Baker also with 2. Foul situation for Beechwood. Heidenbrand with 2, Sullivan with 2. Kelly, Ritter, and Conroy all with a foul apiece. As far as the foul free throw shooting situation, Beechwood's been there 6 times and has hit 4 out of 6 at the free throw stripe. Harrison County been there 9 times and is 7 for 9 at the free throw stripe in the first half. Quarter scoring going like this. Harrison County taking the first one 16-11. They then took the second one 12-3. That is where we sit, 28-14 here at the half. Stay tuned. We've got more coming up here at halftime. You are listening to Harrison County leading Beechwood, 28-14. You are listening to the Joe Cochran State Farm halftime report here on WCYN.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Back here at the Hilltop, Harrison County, the Fillies leading the way here at the half over Beechwood. And taking a look as far as how the schedule looks, first for the Beechwood Tigers, after today, they are back in action this coming Tuesday. They return home and welcome in the Panthers of Augusta on Tuesday night. And then on Friday night, making their way to Boone County, and they've got a date with Williamsburg. That's quite a matchup. Williamsburg making their way to Boone County for this matchup against Beechwood. Then on the 23rd, on Monday, Villa Madonna, the Villa Madonna Academy. And that is kind of how they wrap up the first month of the season. Back in action on January 3rd over at Ludlow. So that's a little about the way Beechwood looks like for the next week or two. Harrison County Thoroughbreds, Breds in action today over at Trinity Christian Academy. Should be going on right now. Don't have a scoring update, but hopefully they'll pick up their second win in a row, knocking off Lexington Christian Academy yesterday in a big win up at LCA. They're back in action on Thursday as they open up the 2A tournament down in Mercer County. We'll have that, of course, on the radio. On Friday night, they return to the Hilltop. Grant County comes calling. And then after Christmas, they'll have homes here on the 27th, making the trip to Williamstown on the 30th. So that's a little about the Breds. As far as this Harrison County Philly Ball Club goes, after today, well, they're off for a few days, but on Thursday they'll make their way to the Smoky Mountain Christmas Classic down in Gatlinburg, Tennessee, taking on Harper Hall, Tennessee. That'll be a Thursday scheduled ball game at 4 o'clock. We'll have it on the radio side of things on Thursday afternoon. Then, no, we won't. I take that back. We will not, because the Breds are in action at 7:30 that night down in Mercer County. So no radio on Thursday, but Friday we are scheduled to have the Phillies back in action. They'll either have a date with Berrywood Christian out of Alabama or North Laurel out of Kentucky. The game will be at 11:30. We'll have that on the radio side of things on Friday. And then their championship bracket will be played on Saturday morning, and we should have that as well. So that is the way the Phillies look over the next week or so as we make our way towards the Christmas break. 28-14, our halftime score. Harrison County has led the majority of the ball game over the Beechwood Tigers. Our halftime report been brought to you by Joe Cochran and his State Farm team. Of course, right like a good neighbor, their State Farm is there for you. Looking for a new quote? Have insurance questions? We'll give Joe and his folks a call. They'll be more than glad to talk with you and see what they can do to help. 859-234-3813 is that phone number. Joe Cochran and proud supporters of both the Harrison County Thoroughbreds and the Harrison County Phillies sports. We wish the cheerleaders good luck as they were in competition over at George Rogers Clark earlier today. Don't know how they did, but hopefully they had a good showing over it in their competition over at George Rogers Clark. Well, Jersey Baker, Bailey Hudgens, Keely Custard, Hayden Lunsford, and Lauren Hicks. The starting lineup for Harrison County will begin the second half. Beechwood still in their huddle, and we'll see what they go with, but probably their starting lineup. But we'll kind of wait and see. Buzzard sounds, and we're about ready to get the second half underway here from the Hilltop. Today's YouTube broadcast being brought to you by Kentucky Farm Bureau, Maysville Community Technical College, and Farm Credit Mid-America. All our home games for both the Breds and the Phillies are on our YouTube page. Harrison County will throw the ball in to begin the second half of play. Keely Custer receives it from Hayden Lunsford and it's it back into play. Gets it in to Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens goes up and in for two. Bailey's 8th point. Charlie Conroy, Hayden Ritter, Hayden Ritter, Eva Heidenbrandt, Lola Sullivan, and Emma Kelly getting the start here in the second half. That's Kelly going down the lane, and tell you what, she is just having a rough time out on the floor. As Lauren Hicks picks up her third. Set most of the first half with two, and picks up her third one here at the 7:30 mark of the second half. Conroy goes to the line. Her first trip there today. She does have 6 points. That's not Conroy. That's Kelly. Kelly puts it up and in. Still her first trip to the line. She'll have a second shot here. Phillies up 30-15. Up and in. So back to a 14-point lead for the Phillies. Keely Custer bringing the ball down the floor, comes across the timeline, looks to her left, then goes left, trying to get away from Heidenbright. Gives it to Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens looking inside. Conroy hanging out with her. Ritter will come in a double team. We're back out to Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford from the left corner, or left wing, up and in, and that's a Joe Cochran State Farm three-pointer. Her first three-pointer of the ball game, her 5th point overall for the senior. Nice assist that time by Bailey Hudgens. Bringing the ball down the floor on the right side. Kelly goes up and is fouled on the way to the basket. We'll put the foul on Bailey Hudgens. It's Bailey's second. Comes a third Philly with 2 or more. And this will put Kelly at the line. She is 2 for 2 there. Was just there a few moments ago. Has 4 points overall. Official making sure she's okay. She went down pretty hard that time. 33-16. 6:57 on the clock in the third quarter. And when it hits the front of the rim, it'll fall to the left side. But she'll have another. Official still checking on her as they think maybe she was bleeding a little bit from the mouth, from the lip on that play. And finally the official says, yeah, she is. And so he's going to make her go to the side and see if they can get that to stop. And making her way in to shoot the second shot will be Emma Blackburn. So Blackburn will go to the line as she shoots that extra shot for Emma Kelly. They try to get that mouth to quit bleeding. Up and in. Harrison County will take it out, gets ready to get it back into play. Custer brings the ball down. Looks to go to her right, picked up by Conroy, flings up the shot off the glass, up and in for 2. Nice play by Keely Custer, her 8th point. Are you hungry? Do you have a big group to feed, or you just wanted a lot of pizza? Well, Snappy Tomato Pizza is a place to check out. The Beast Pizza, great for birthday parties. Or you can try their sandwiches. Had one of those yesterday. Good stuff. Snappy Tomato Pizza, 235-7627, 235-SNAP. Ball knocked out of bounds off of Beechwood. Harrison County will take it out at the half-court line. Timeout call, the 32nd timeout called by the Beechwood Tigers. Coach Brockett wants to talk about it, and I'm sure to see if she can get. They're still working on Kelly right now. 35-17. Well, they've been there for farmers since 1916, and they're there for you right now. Talking about Farm Credit Mid-America. For more information, give Michael Furnish a call, 859-254-2741. And learn more what Farm Credit Mid-America can do to help you out. Phillies led the majority of this ball game, leading here in the third quarter, 35-17. 6:22 left to play here in the third. Very balanced attack by the Phillies this afternoon. Beechwood has not had a shot from the field since the first quarter. We're at the 6:22 mark of the third quarter. They have gotten some free throw points, but nothing from the field. Ball thrown into Hicks. Lauren out on the left side. She'll give away to Keely Custer. Custard to Bailey Hudgens inside the three-point arc. Up no good. Hicks out with the rebound. Lauren looks to go back up. Puts it up no. Ball fought for, and we've got a whistle against Harrison County, and you've got to be kidding. That's against Lauren Hicks. That's our fourth. She has not got to spend much time on this floor at all last night or tonight, either one. Picks up her fourth foul. Coach Watson goes back to the bench and brings in the senior Katie Linville. Linville getting some time in the first half. Blackburn brings the ball down, looking on the left side, continues to try to move. This time gives way to Heinebright. Heinebright looks to go inside, gets stripped by Keely Custard, and here come the Fillies. Down the floor we go, ball's fling, ball knocked around, and out with it will be Ritter. Blackburn back to Ritter. Long three-pointer up. No. Ball fought for and out of bounds it'll go off of Beechwood. Charlotte Grubb, a freshman. Is checked in wearing the number 52 for Beechwood. Ball put back into play. Lunsford went to Bailey Hudgens. Hudgens trying to see somebody cut, and they didn't cut. It went out of bounds. Official said the Beechwood put a hand on it, and it'll be Harrison County ball into their own basket. Sullivan has a seat as Charlie Conroy comes back in for Beechwood. Lunsford gets it to Hudgens. Bailey comes down the lane, up, not able to make it fall. Ball loose. Got Blackburn going down hard, and we got yet another whistle. And this one against Linville, this will be her second. Coming back in will be Emma Kelly, the freshman, for Beechwood. But before I can say that, Blackburn's still down. She went down pretty hard. So one of the assistants and the trainer quickly making their way out on the floor. So here in the third quarter, they've been a little busy. And she is still down on the floor. Both Beechwood and Harrison County will come back to the bench and huddle around the coaches. She'll get up, and she limps a little bit, but is walking under her own power. So Blackburn will have a seat as Kelly comes back in. Ritter, Conroy, Grubb, along with Hildebrandt, and Kelly all in for the Tigers. Harrison County with Lunsford and Hudgens, Baker, Linville, and Custard. As we hit the 5-minute mark. Bringing the ball down the floor is Kelly. Kelly looks to her left, continues to go to her right, picks up her dribble, tries to go to Grubb and overshoots her, and Custard's going to come out with it. The other end of the floor, Keeley goes up, puts it up, not able to make it fall, and out with it's Conroy, and she's going to wait for everybody to kind of get down the floor. She'll give it away, this time to Hildenbrand. Hildenbrand brings it across the line. Looking to her right, continues to go to her right. Keeley Custard hanging right with her. Down in the right corner to Grubb. Grubb puts the ball over her head, goes back this time to Conroy. Conroy gets away with a step, puts it up. She cannot make it fall through. And Hayden Lunsford out with the rebound. She'll find Custard coming down on the right side, goes off the glass, up and in for two for Keeley. Her 10th point. Comes the first Philly in double figures. 37-17, the biggest lead the Phillies have had now at 20. Beechwood moved the ball in. Kelly goes up, and she does, gets tangled up with a couple of Phillies, and they're going to whistle this one on Bailey Hudgens. That's her third. Comes the second Philly with 3. Beechwood goes back to the line in McKelly's. They got that lip to stop bleeding. She's 2 for 3 there. Make her 3 for 4. She'll sink that one. Sullivan back in for Ritter. Well, no, Ritter will turn around and go back, and Grubb will have a seat. Harrison County will go to their bench. And for the first time this afternoon, we will see Madeline Carson. Carson, a 5'2" senior. Second one up and in as well. Bringing the ball down the floor is Custard. Custard looks to go down the lane, pulls up around the free throw stripe, puts it up, not able to make it fall. Linville out with the rebound and throws the ball away. Kelly looking to go the other way, ball loose, rolls around. Baker up with it. She'll go back the other side for the Phillies. Brings it down around the free throw stripe, picks up her dribble, gives it to Carson. Long three-pointer from the left side, cannot get it to fall through. And out with the rebound comes Ritter, and here come the Tigers. Bringing the ball down on the left side. It's to Conroy. Conroy gives way to Kelly. Long three-pointer, and she'll bury it at the 3:38 mark, the first field goal since the first quarter for Beechwood. Long time, 37-22. 7 points here in the quarter for Kelly. That's 9 overall. Back to Carson, down on the left side. Tries to go back out front. Kelly gets a hand on it. Ritter back to Kelly. Kelly puts it up and is fouled on the way to the basket. And fouls against Harrison County. Kelly will have one shot to try to finish a three-point play. She's 4 for 5 there. I'm not sure who the foul was on, but someone against Fillies. Up in it. 12 points for Emma Kelly here in the third quarter. Savannah Kennedy, their sophomore, will come back in for Harrison County as Linville has a seat. 37-25, Harrison County led the majority of the ball game over Beechwood. Looking inside, Carson goes to Kennedy, and as Kennedy goes to the basket, she's fouled and got a whistle, and this one against Lola Sullivan. Her third, becomes the first Tiger with 3. Kennedy will go to the line. She's 0 for 1 there this afternoon. 3:02 left to play in the third quarter. And that one not able to make it fall. She'll have another shot. Sophomore, a couple of dribbles. Up and in. Her first point of the afternoon. 38-25 as we hit the 3-minute mark. Back into play. Back to Sullivan. Sullivan being guarded closely by Kennedy. Gives way to Ritter. Ritter hands off. Continues to try to move the ball around the floor. And Kelly goes in, takes that extra step, and gets fouled on the way for it. And that's against Carson. That's Carson's first. Kelly has spent a third quarter at the free throw strike. 7th free throw attempt of the quarter. Not able to make it fall through. Makes her 5 for 7 at the free throw strike. There's 12 points overall here in the ball game. 10 of those are here in the third quarter. And bounces on in there. So what was a 20-point lead, now down to 12. Keely Custer brings it down, gives away to Jersey Baker. Baker away with it out front, but looks to attack, goes around Sullivan, rolls everywhere but in. And now with the rebound that time is Heidenbright. Heidenbright being double teamed. Ball knocked out of bounds, either off Kennedy or Custard as they were double teaming her. It will be Beechwood's ball. Ritter throws it in. She'll find Heidenbright. Heidenbright back across to Ritter. Ritter being picked up by Custard as she comes across the half-court line. Picks up her dribble, looking inside to Sullivan, and guess what? We've got another foul. This one's against Kennedy. Her second. Sullivan going to the free throw strike. She is 1 for 2 there this afternoon, back in the first quarter. Accounted for her 1 point. As it gets very, very quiet at the Hilltop. She'll have another one. Up and in. Bailey Hudgens back in with her 3 fouls. As Carson has a seat. Custer brings it in, gives it to Hudgens. Bailey looking to go down the lane, looking inside to Kennedy. Ball flipped around, and Ritter comes out with it. 2 minutes left here in the third quarter. Heidenbright tries to pass the ball, but ends up fling it out of bounds, and Phillies will take over. Custer bringing the ball down the floor. Keeley with it out front, continues to try to dribble. He pushes off of Kelly, but the officials didn't say anything. Back to Hayden Lunsford from the right corner, misses everything with that three-point attempt. Ball ends up out of bounds. Beechwood will take over here, 38-27. Phillies led the entire ball game, 1:41 left to play, with the exception of early in the game. Kelly brings it down on the left side, being picked up by Custer. Goes back now to the right, gives way to Ritter. Ritter holds the ball over her head, looking inside, continues to hold the ball. Couple of dribbles now, continues to try to move, goes across court. She'll find Conroy. Conroy took a step before she put the ball on the floor, and they're going to call her for a travel. And with the turnover, Harrison County will take over with 1:21 left in the third quarter. Bringing the ball down. That's Custer. Custer gives way to Baker. Baker back out front to Hudgens. Back over to Custer on the left wing. Across to the right wing, and she'll find Bailey Hudgens. Bailey brings it back out front. Kelly comes out and is going to get her. Her second. 1:01 left to play in the third quarter. L. Prickinson, daily lunch specials, a great buffet. Go check them. They're out at the Harrison Square Shopping Center. I'd love to feed you tonight. L. Prickinson. Ball put back into play. Keeley Custer bringing the ball down. We go under a minute. Josie Baker. Baker on the left side. Nearly double team. Gives way to Hayden Lunsford. She'll launch from the right side. Misses everything. Bailey Hudgens out with the rebound. Bailey back out front, so she will get to Custer, who finds Lunsford. Hayden will launch this time from the top of the key and not able to make it fall. Bailey Hudgens about 15 feet out. Goes up. And it will not fall through, but she's fouled on as she fires the shot up. That's Hayden Ritter's second. This will put Bailey Hudgens at the line. Bailey 2 for 2 there this afternoon, has 8 points overall. Up and in. She'll have another. Phillies lead 39-27 with 33.9 seconds left in the third quarter. Looking for their 5th win in a row. Ball too hard that time, and out with the rebound will be Heidenbright. Heidenbright looking to bring the ball down. 25 seconds. Being guarded by Custard. Looking to go to the left. Still dribbling the ball. Finally picks it up and gets double teamed and gets a foul. And they're going to whistle Keeley Custard for the foul that time. Her first. She can join what is a long line of Phillies with fouls. Heidenbright will go to the line. She has 2 points overall. This is her first shot attempt of the night from the free throw stripe, and she'll bury that one. 20.1 seconds left. Phillies up by 11, 39-28. Beechwoods, Heidenbright. Well, not get it to fall in. Baker out with the rebound. Jersey brings it down, and nearly has a handle on it. Gives it back to Bailey Hudgens. As we hit the 10-second mark. Bailey trying to get away from Kelly. Being now double teamed, 5 seconds. Continues to be double teamed. Loses the ball. Lunsford comes out with it, and with 1.8 seconds left, we'll have a whistle, and this one is against Sullivan. Lola Sullivan's fourth. Comes the first Tiger with 4. Hayden Lunsford goes to the line. She has 5 points overall. First trip to the free throw stripe this afternoon. First one up and in. On the season, the senior 50% at the free throw line. Charlotte Grubb will come back in for Lola Sullivan for Beechwood. 1.8 seconds left. Second shot by Lunsford, up and in. And Beechwood will throw it in and fling it down the floor to end the third quarter. At the end of 3, Harrison County 41, Beechwood 28. You are listening to Harrison County Phillies basketball on WCYN.
Let's get real. It's not about doing what you're supposed to do. It's about doing what you want to do. At Maysville Community and Technical College, you'll find better, faster ways to do just that. Become a nurse in just 2 years, or get a certificate in a high-demand field in just a few months. You can even get the first 2 years of college out of the way for way less money. Visit maysville.kctcs.edu. College for the real world. College for your world.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau, big on commitment.
Back at the Hilltop as we head to the fourth quarter. Fillies leading Beechwood 41-28. Harrison County and Beechwood. Our next game here on the YouTube side of things will be next Friday night. The Harrison County Thoroughbreds in Grant County. The next radio broadcast after today, we'll see the Breds in action on Thursday. The next Fillies game will be Friday morning, 11:30 from Gallenberg. And in Tennessee. Ball put back into play. That's Blackburn. Blackburn will find Ritter. They're joined out there by Grubb along with Conroy and Kelly. Custer will take it away, and Keeley gets down the floor. He'll find Hayden Lunsford. Hayden will give away back to Custard. Back over to Lunsford. Lunsford, long three-pointer. Hits the side of the rim and cannot get it to fall. Heidenbright comes out with it. Baker along with Hudgens. And that's Lauren Hicks, and she gets run over the top of. And then for Harrison County. They're going to say she was moving, and that's number 5. So Lauren, after sit the majority of the ball game, will come in and pick up our 5th foul to begin the fourth quarter. Savannah Kennedy back in for Harrison County. And this will put Kelly, who has spent the majority of the second half at the free throw stripe, but once more. Up and in. That's her 9th free throw attempt. She is now 7 for 9, all coming in the second half. And that one a little too hard, rolls back out, and Hay Lunsford out with it. She'll feed Bailey Hudgens down on the left side. Bailey gives way back to Lunsford. Lunsford to Baker. Baker looks to go in, and as she does, she'll get hit by Heidenbright. And now be Heidenbright's third, becomes the second Tiger with 3. Hayden Lunsford trying to get it back in under the Harrison County basket. She'll find Keeley Custard. Keeley puts it about 5 feet out, up and in for 2. She's had a good game. 12 points now for the junior. 43-29. I'll remind you, following the game, we'll name the Judy Construction Player of the Game during a post-game report. We'll also be joined with a shot put up by Harrison County head coach Bill Watson. Coming out with it will be Harrison County. Hayden Lunsford bringing the ball down. And double team. Ball knocked off of Heidenbright. She goes and retrieves it, and Beechwood will take over. Ritter goes up and off the glass for 2. Her 4th point. Timeout on the floor called by Harrison County. Fillies leading 43-31 over the Beechwood Tigers. And with this timeout, it is a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. You're listening to Harrison County Fillies basketball on WCYN.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small-town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Back at the Hilltop is 6:41 here in the fourth quarter. Phillies leading the way, 43-31. They've led the majority of the ball game. We saw Beechwood go up by a point or two early in the first quarter, and since then, Phillies have pretty much led. They've been led by as many as 20, not by 12 at the moment. Jersey Baker will throw it in. Beechwood going into a full court man-to-man defense here. Gets it to Custer. Custer down the floor to Bailey Hudgens as she comes across the half-court line. About 18 feet out, Bailey will put it up, not able to make it fall. Savannah Kennedy tried to come out with it. The ball ends up out of bounds. Beechwood will take it out. Phillies going to half-court defense here. 43-31, 6:29 left to play. For over 70 years, Weber Sausage has delivered the best Kentucky flavor to your breakfast table. From the first sizzle to the last bite, it's taste you can trust, Weber Sausage. 43-31, Beechwood's Blackburn coming down the lane, gives away this time to Ritter. Ritter up for three and buries it. Nice shot that time by Hayden Ritter. Her 7th point, first three of the night. 43-34 gets it to a 9-point lead. And try to move shot put up, not able to make it fall, and out with the rebound that time was Hunbrook. Bailey Hudgens will pick up her fourth. Ball brought down. That's Conroy. Puts it up and cannot get it to fall. Katie Linville has checked back in the ball game before Harrison County will come out with the rebound. Harrison County brings it down. They'll lose the ball. Going the other way. Long three-pointer put up that time by Blackburn. Ball knocked around. Continues to be knocked around on the floor. And Keely Custard out with the rebound. Beechwood did take that third quarter 14-13. Ball brought down. Custard up. Not able to make it fall. Blackburn out with it. And she'll go out of bounds. The ball will go out of bounds. And the Phillies will take over with 5:15 left to play. 43-34. Harrison County up by 9. Ball back into play. Custard going baseline. Puts up the shot, and she's fouled as she goes. She cannot get it to fall through the hole. And the whistle gets Blackburn. Her second. Puts Keely Custard at the line. Keely, as we said, has had a very good night. It's her first trip at the line. Has 12 points overall. She's there for 2. First one up and in. On the season, Keely was 72.2% at the free throw line. Lola Sullivan back in for Beechwood. Second one bounces on in there. Nice job. 14 points for the junior. Sullivan with those 4 fouls, as we mentioned, back in for Beechwood. That's Ritter. Goes over to the right side of Conroy. Nearly loses a handle on it, and then loses a handle on it. And she lost a handle, and they went to pick it up, and they're going to call her for a travel. And with that, Beechwood's questioning that. As the official said she was trying to pass, and then got it, and says you can't do that. And they're saying that's not what happened. But nevertheless, with the turnover, Harrison County will take the ball over. Leading by 12. Baker finds Lunsford. Lunsford to Custard. Keely looking inside to Kennedy, about 5 feet out. Savannah will put it up, not able to make it fall. And out with the rebound is Heidenbright. She'll hand off to Ritter. Ritter brings it down on the right side to Conroy. Conroy looks to attack, goes up, not able to make it fall. Out with the rebound is Hayden Lunsford. She'll hand off to Keely Custard, and here come the Phillies. Custard Brings the ball down, being guarded by Kelly. Gives way to Linville. Katie about 10 feet out, up and in for two. Nice shot that time. That's her 6th point. 47-34. Phillies on a 4-point run. Saw Beechwood cut it within 9. Phillies continue to try to add to this lead. Bringing the ball down, that's Ritter. Ritter finds Kelly around the free throw stripe, not able to make it fall. Jersey Baker out with the rebound for Harrison. She looks to bring the ball down on the right side. Comes across the timeline, back away. This time gives way to Keely Custard. Ritter's going to come out to meet her. Goes around Ritter, finds Hayden Lunsford down in the left corner. Hayden puts up a long three-pointer, rolls in and back out. And we got a whistle away from the ball. And they're going to call that against Harrison County, Savannah Kennedy, and that's her 3rd. So she pushed trying to get the rebound, and official said, yeah, we can't do that. 3:30 left to play. Kelly brings the ball down across the line, gives it over to the left side to Ritter. Ritter back to Kelly. Kelly to Ritter. Ritter over to the left side. She will find a long three-pointer put up by Heidenbright. Cannot get it to fall. Katie Linville out with the rebound, and Linville will throw the ball away. Thought she was trying to get it to Custard because of the defense of Heidenbright, but Custard had broke the other way to try to go get the ball, and she broke underneath. Linville throws the ball the other way, and out of bounds it'll go. Officials having a talk about where they need to throw the ball in. Ritter will be throwing it in on the Beechwood side. Harrison County going back to the bench, bringing in the freshman Naomi Farrell Law. Farrell Law comes in for Katie Linville. So officials have not called a timeout, but Beechwood went to the bench. And finally, the official just says, yeah, we didn't call that. And they blow the whistle and say, we're going to throw this into play. And so they'll get it back into play. Beechwood gets it across. This time to Sullivan. Sullivan looks to attack, goes around her defender and goes up. And as she does, I think Farrell Law is going to get whistle for the foul, and she will. That will be her 2nd. That's Sullivan at the line.
Phillies foul number 24 for Aurora Law. The line for Beechwood, number 22, Sullivan, shooting 2 shots.
Sullivan 2 for 4 there tonight. Rolls in and back out. Cynthiana Hardy's wants you to come see them right now. As soon as this game's over, go to Cynthiana Hardy's and get a burger, get ham and cheese, whatever you may want. It's your Cynthiana Hardy's, US 27 South of Cynthiana. Savannah Kennedy's going to come out with the rebound. They will give away this time to Keely Custard. Custard looking to her left as we go under 3 minutes. She'll go down the lane, about 3 red jerseys there, ball volleyed around. And as Ritter came out with it, Custard takes it away. She goes back up, and they're going to say the ball was off of Beechwood, and it will be Harrison County ball with 2:44 left to play. Harrison County ball, the ball now rolling out of the gym, goes in one of the halls. Finally, Hayden Lunsford will disappear as she goes to retrieve it. Guess the ball was getting tired. 47-34, 2:44 left to play. Hayden tries and will get it into play to Jersey Baker out on the right side. Jersey gives way, this time to Farrell Law. Farrell Law across over to Hayden Lunsford. She'll find Custard at the top of the key. Heidenbright all over the top of her. Continues to try to move. Custard comes down the lane, puts it up, not able to make it fall. Kennedy, who came out with a rebound, saw Conroy, who was trying to block out, but just kept pushing. Kennedy goes flying down on the floor. Goes down pretty hard, but he's back up. Harrison County ball under their basket. Hayden Lunsford gets ready to throw it in. 47-34. Phillies with the lead with 2:28 left to play. Hayden Lunsford trying to get it in, and we'll find Kennedy, and we got yet a timeout on the floor. Full timeout on the floor called by Harrison County. Phillies leading Beechwood by a score of 41-28. We're going to step out. When we return, we'll have more from the Hilltop. You listen to Harrison County Phillies basketball on WCYN.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And Mom and Dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Back at the Hilltop is 2:27 left to play. And Lunsford will throw it in under the Harrison County basket, trying to get it in. Continues to look. Will find Bailey Hudgens, who checks back in. Loses a handle on him, but is able to retrieve it. Hudgens, Custard, Baker, Lunsford, and Kennedy out there for Harrison County. Blackburn, Heidenbright, Kelly, Ritter, and Sullivan out there for Beechwood. Continue to try to move out on the left side. That's Hudgens, and as Hudgens tries to go, and McKelly will pick up her third. Oh, no, they didn't call that a foul. They evidently said she was, they counted it. So with a turnover and put the ball back in Beechwood's hands. Sullivan goes up with a shot. She cannot get it to fall, and we will call that one a foul. That one against Savannah Kennedy, and that's her fourth. Comes the third Philly with 4. Well, they're saying that's her fifth. I missed a foul earlier. I guess it was against Savannah. So that'll be her fifth, so she'll be the second Philly to foul out of the ball game. Goes 1 point all the day, 1 for 3 at the strike. That will bring in the freshman, Naomi Farrell Law. Still puts Sullivan at the line. Not able to make it fall through. Sullivan, 7 free throw attempts. And it's 2 for those 7. It'll be her 8th. 47-34, just shy of 2 minutes at 1:59. That went up and in. Beechwood will bring Charlotte Grubb back in. Grubb, Kelly, Blackburn, Ritter, and Heidenbright out there for Beechwood. Custard to Hudgens. Hudgens looking to attack, goes underneath and nearly loses control of it. Ball knocked out of bounds, they say, by Beechwood's Ritter. Lunsford out there along with Custard, Farrell Law, Hudgens, and Baker. And to say that Farrell Law will have a seat as Katie Linville rather. Sorry about that. Katie Linville back in. Ball put into play, knocked out of bounds, and that went off of Heidenbright. So Harrison County will maintain the possession. Getting the ball back into play to Baker. Baker out on the left wing. She'll go back out front to Hudgens. Bailey looking to go to her right. Being guarded by a couple of defenders, and the ball this time it's knocked out of her hands, but it's because she's fouled, and that one's against Kelly. That'll be her third. Hayden Lunsford trying to get the ball back into play. 1:36 left to play in what has been a very long afternoon here at the Hilltop. Ball put back into play. Katie Linville. Linville gets stripped that time. And Kelly will come out with it, looking to go coast to coast to Blackburn. Nice play, up and in for 2. Her first field goal of the day. 4 points overall for Blackburn. Makes it a 10-point lead for Harrison County. Baker will pick it up at the half-court line and then gets fouled by Kelly, and that'll be her fourth. And they're going to say at the table her fifth. That's her fourth, I believe. But their book matters. Mine doesn't. So Kelly will foul out as Conroy comes back in. Kelly will end the day with 15 points. A lot of those at the stripe. Baker goes to the line, bounces on in there. Her first point of the half, 9 overall for the 8th grader. Sullivan back in, Farrell Law back in for respective teams as Grubb and Linville have seats. 48-37, Harrison with a lead with 1:18 left to play. Baker will get it to bounce in, her 10th point of the day. Ogburn in a hurry. Brings the ball down on the right side. She'll give away, this time to Conroy. Conroy tried to go into Sullivan. Gets intercepted by Farrell Law, and she'll give away to Baker as we approach and hit the 1 minute mark. Ball stripped. Here comes Ritter and the Tigers. They want to run. Ball to Blackburn. Blackburn goes down. She'll put it up and not able to make it fall. Ball fought for, and Custard out with the rebound. 50 seconds. Bailey Hudgens gets the ball down to Custard, and Custard's fouled by Blackburn. That's Blackburn's third. And we'll put Custard at the line. 2 for 2 at the stripe this afternoon. 14 points overall for Keeley. Make that 15 as that one barrels through. She'll have another. 50-37. Harrison's led the majority of the ball game, except a little bit early. 44.4 seconds left. The second one bounces in there as well. Ball put back into play. Blackburn bringing the ball down. 40 seconds. Blackburn brings it down, goes up, not able to make it fall. Hayden Lunsford out with the rebound. And she'll give away to Custard. Harrison County trying to get the ball down the floor, and we'll see Ritter get a foot on it as it goes out of bounds. 28 seconds left. Phillies are well on their way. It looks like to win their 5th game of the season, which would be their five in a row before heading to Tennessee. The back course where Jersey Baker will find it with 25 seconds. Back to Custard. Ritter and Heidenbright coming out to meet her. Back to Baker across the line. She gets double teamed and fouled, and that's Blackburn, her 4th. And we're going to go where we spent a lot of the second half of the free throw stripe. Baker, 4 for 4 there, has 10 points. He's going to the line for 2. 51-37 with 18.4 seconds left, up and in. She'll have another. Stay with us. We'll, of course, have our post-game report. Name the Judy Construction Player of the Game. Be joined by Coach Watson, and a whole lot more to coming up during this post-game report. Second one up and in. Phillies now up 53-37. Blackburn coming down, looking to the right side. Continues to try to go inside, puts up the shot, not able to make it fall. Custer out with the rebound with 8 seconds. Custer hands off to Bailey Hudgens. She'll get it back to Custer. 4 seconds. 3, 2, and 1 as she just holds the ball. Harrison County picks up their 5th win of the year by a final of 53-37 over the Beechwood Tigers. Stay tuned. We'll have our post-game report coming. As we said, we'll name the Judy Construction Player of the Game, be joined by Coach Watson, and take a look how the numbers break down. All of that coming up in just a little bit here from the Hilltop. Phillies pick up their 5th win, go to 5-1 on the young year, 53-37 over the Beechwood Tigers. You're listening, of course, to Harrison County Phillies basketball on WCYN.
Let's get real. It's not about doing what you're supposed to do. It's about doing what you want to do. At Maysville Community and Technical College, you'll find better, faster ways to do just that. Become a nurse in just 2 years, or get a certificate in a high-demand field in just a few months. You can even get the first 2 years of college out of the way for way less money. Visit maysville.kctcs.edu. College for the real world. College for your world.
Kentucky Farm Bureau agents wear a lot of hats. They're coaches, volunteers, church members, neighbors, someone who's there when you need them, especially when you need them most. That may be a lot of hats, but they're all the perfect fit. Kentucky Farm Bureau. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in Kentucky.
I believe in small town values.
And mom and dad and the things they handed down.
I believe some of the best people in the world are farmers.
I believe in insurance that protects families, homes, and cars. I believe in always finding a way to do what you love. I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
I am Kentucky.
Back here at the Hilltop as we begin the post-game report. Harrison County, fifth win in a row. Nice play, overall balance attack both last night and tonight. They've done a nice job here at the Hilltop before they head to Tennessee for the tournament for Christmas. But really looking good. Very balanced attack. They've done it on both ends of the floor, both defensively and offensively, and done a very nice job here for tonight. Let's take a look how the individual numbers looks. First for Beechwood and the Tigers. So you mentioned that they were led in scoring by Hayden Ritter. Ritter was 7 points, had 1 3-pointer, went 2 for 2 at the free throw line to help count for those 7 points on the night as she was their leading scorer. Then Charlie Conroy was 6. All 6 coming early in the ball game in the first quarter. Looked like she was going to have a big ball game and then just got quiet. At 6 points for Charlie Conroy. 4 points for Emma Blackburn. Blackburn with 4 points, going 2 for 3 at the free throw stripe this evening. So 3 points for her. Evie Heidenbright had 3 points in the ball game, going 1 for 2 at the free throw stripe. Lola Sullivan had 3 points, and she went to the stripe 8 times, going 3 for 8 at the free throw line to count for her 8 points. And then Emma Kelly with 15 points before fouling out tonight. And she went to the stripe 10 times, 8 of those in the third quarter. And she hit 6 out of those 8 at the free throw stripe to count for her 15 points. As far as others that got in but did not score, as we take a look at that, Sammy Grubbs got in. Did not score. Also, Kennedy Sturgeon got in early in the ball game. She did not score. And then Charlotte Grubb also getting in and not scoring for Beechwood. Harrison County, another really balanced attack. They were led in scoring by Keely Custard, her second game hitting double figures, and she has 16 points on the night. Just a really good night, including going 4 for 4 at the free throw line to help count for her 16 points on the evening for Keely Custer. Jersey Baker having a good night as well. 12 points on the night, 8 of those 12 coming in the first half, going 6 for 6 at the free throw line, so for help count for her 12 points. Also, 7 points for Hayden Lunsford. Lunsford with the big three-pointer, going 2 for 2 at the line. Savannah Kennedy, she fouled out tonight, but had 1 point and went 1 for 3 at the free throw stripe. Had a big night. 1 point for her. 9 points for Belly Hudgens. Hudgens well under her average with 9 points, going 3 for 4 at the stripe this evening. Katie Linville off the bench had 6 points. She went 1 for 2 on the evening as well. Did Katie Linville. 2 points for Naomi Farrell Law with 2 points, going 2 for 2 at the free throw stripe on the evening. Getting in, but not scoring for Harrison County was Reese Heimlich, also getting in and not scoring. Lauren Hicks. Lauren fouled out tonight, but spent a lot of the night on the free throw line. And then Madeline Carson also getting in the ball game and not scoring as well. Now joined by Harrison County head coach Bill Watson. And coach, you have to be really proud. The girls coming out, very balanced attack again tonight.
Well, offensively, I thought we shared the ball a little better than what we even did last night. But We've got to guard, and the entire second half, Beechwood just put the ball on the floor and got the ball to the lane at will, and that's not what our identity needs to be about. And some of that can be attributed to fatigue, but like we tried to impress upon them, your body can withstand more than what your mind thinks your body can withstand, and I don't think we did a very good job of trying to play through fatigue in the third quarter, especially. A little better in the fourth quarter, but again, we're 5-1. I don't think a lot of people would think we would be 5-1 at this stage of the season. So very, very happy for our kids. Very proud of our kids. Now we get a couple of days off and get ready to go to Tennessee and hopefully compete against some really solid basketball teams down there.
Real quickly, and we'll mention Gallenberg here in a moment, but Keely Custard, 16 points, and she came ready to go again tonight.
Well, she did, and we see signs of it in practice.
Yeah.
It just hasn't transferred into game situations that we've seen in the past. But I thought she controlled the entire game, and I thought she did that last night as well.
She did, and the other thing I was going to mention about tonight's game before we talk about Gallenberg, they did not score from the field at all in the second quarter. It was way into the third quarter before they even were able to score from the field. You have to be proud of the defense for that.
Well, I thought first quarter we were a little sluggish, but second quarter I thought we defended like we can defend. But again, coach is always going to find something you got to work on. But if you'd told me before the game we win 53-37, I'd say let's go, let's take it, let's go home, root for the Cats.
Well, of course, we're just minutes away from that, as a matter of fact. But now we'll get a couple of comments about the Gatlinburg trip. As you mentioned, you go down and a couple of teams out of Alabama, a couple out of Tennessee, and a couple out of Kentucky. Do you know anything about any of these things?
We actually have film on everybody on there.
Okay.
And I've watched Harpeth Hall, which is our first-round opponent. They're a private school out of Nashville.
Okay.
They have a really, really, really good player. A perimeter player. She's about 5'10", 5'11". She reminds you a lot of Jersey, but she's a senior. Okay. We'll have to defend well. They're a good basketball team, and we'll have our hands full. But that's other than the experience of doing this together, that's why we're going down to play some good teams that we don't typically see, and that whole bracket right there. Any of those 8 teams right there could win it. Any of those 8 teams right there could go 0-3. So we're trying not to be that team that goes 0-3 and get off to a good start on Thursday afternoon.
Well, as we mentioned, unfortunately, we will not have that game, but Jim is scheduled to be down there with you both on Friday and Saturday, so we'll have both games back on the radio side this weekend.
Gotcha. And like I said, hopefully we're in that winner's bracket, but if not, we'll go lace them up and we'll play whoever we play to try to get better for when we come back for the Bourbon County tournament after Christmas, and then for the 2A on January 2nd here against Mercer County.
Okay. Well, Coach, congratulations. A nice start, a nice win tonight. Well, we'll talk with you soon.
Thank you, sir.
That, of course, Harrison County head coach Bill Watson along with us, and wish you guys well as you head towards Tennessee. We're going to step out. When we return, we'll name the junior construction player of the game and wrap this one up. Harrison County wins their 5th game of the season by a final of 53-37 over Beechwood.
Congratulations. You're officially an agent.
Sweet. I get one of those cool agent names, right? Like Viper or Shadow?
Well, Wayne, we're thinking you go by Wayne?
Oh, yeah. Wayne's fine, too.
With Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance, there's an agent in every county who's involved in the community, which means you'll know your agent by name. In this case, Wayne.
I got it. What about 006?
Kentucky Farm Bureau Insurance. Big on commitment.
At Farm Credit Mid-America, we're here to make rural dreams a reality. Whether it's financing your farm, expanding your agribusiness, or building your country homes, we've been proudly supporting farmers and rural families for over a century. As a customer-owned cooperative, we don't just offer loans and insurance, we invest in your success. Call Michael Furnish at 859-254-2741 or visit fcma.com today. Farm Credit Mid-America, financing rural America's dreams.
Well, as we get ready to call it an afternoon here at the Hilltop, Harrison County with a very, very nice win over Beechwood, as we said, to go 5-1 on the young season as they win their 5th in a row. Now, the Fillies are back in action, as you heard, making their trip to Tennessee this coming Thursday, where they will have the date with Hartford Hall out of Tennessee, out of Nashville. Unfortunately, as we said, we will not have that game here on WCYN. The next radio Harrison County Phillies game will be the next day. That'll be on Friday at 11:30 a.m. They'll either play Briarwood Christian out of Alabama or North Laurel, of course, the Lady Jaguars out of Kentucky at 11:30, depending on what they do on Thursday. We'll have that action on the radio side, as we mentioned, coming up and this coming Thursday live from Gatlinburg, Tennessee. As far as our next Harrison County Phillies game here on the YouTube portion, well, that will be on Thursday, January the 2nd. As Mercer County, as the opening of the 2A tournament, will get underway at 6 o'clock, a little special start time that night. As we mentioned, that will be on January the 2nd, our next YouTube broadcast for the Phillies. But the next YouTube broadcast overall will be a Harrison County Thoroughbred game. And that's the next Friday night as they welcome in Grant County here to the Hilltop this coming Friday night. So please join us for that. Well, that's going to wrap up our broadcast here from the Hilltop. We need to say thank you, of course, to Reed Masterson, who is in charge of our YouTube videoing, our videographer. We appreciate him and all he does. We also appreciate all the sponsors allowing us to be with you here on the YouTube side of things, especially, as we mentioned, Kentucky Farm Bureau, Maysville Community Technical College, and Farm Credit Mid-America. And we thank you most of all for spending a little bit of your Saturday afternoon along with us here as well. Harrison County wins for the final time tonight over Beechwood by a final of 53-37. That's going to wrap up our broadcast. Till next time, good afternoon, everyone.
The live coverage of tonight's Harrison County basketball game has been brought to you in part by Hinton Mills, Sorrel Home Medical, Harrison Memorial Hospital, Southern States, Edward Jones Investments, Bluegrass Stockyards, Ag Credit Mid-America, Van Hook Hardware, Poindexter Lumber Company, Angelo's Pizza, Hardee's of Cynthiana, First Methodist Church, State Farm Insurance Agent Joe Cochran, Snappy Tomato Pizza, El Paricatin Mexican Restaurant, Weber Farms, Maysville Community and Technical College, Kentucky Farm Bureau Agent Chad Eversole, and Judy Construction. Tune in next time for more play-by-play action right here on WCYN Sports.